I want to become undisputed champion and get all the belts. So that's my intention. You know, all publicity is good publicity. You know, if they hate it or if they like it, yeah. I've been boxing long enough now to understand that now it's not all about having everything your own way and everyone loving you, but as long as they want to see you, that's all that matters. And
in a recent interview, Daniel Dubois sat down with Box Nation and addressed the in-ring situation where he jumped in the ring after Oleksandr Usyk secured his victory against Tyson Fury and challenged him to a rematch. Daniel Dubois expressed that it did not matter what most people thought of him. He stated that he had been in the boxing industry for quite some time now, and he knows that whether good or bad, it is still publicity. He added, "It's not about having everything your way and everyone loving you, but as they want to see you, that's all that matters."
No, this is boxing at the end of the day. If it's, you know, all publicity is good publicity. You know, if they hate it or if they like it, yeah. I've been boxing long enough now to understand that now it's not all about having everything your own way and everyone loving you, but as long as they want to see you, that's all that matters. And
Daniel Dubois highlights it's all about making noise, and that when you are a world champion, you can navigate your ship of destiny and choose your path. Dubois points out that he is simply challenging him because he can. "I want to become undisputed and get all the belts, so that's my intention."
Yeah, but it's all about making noise and making, you know, as a world champion, you can sort of, you know, choose your destiny and choose your path now. And I'm just challenging him. You know, in my eyes, I'm challenging him.
Dubois acknowledges that he has to go through Joseph Parker to face the undisputed champ Usyk, but he shows his impatience to become the undisputed champion and have all the belts. Daniel expressed eagerness to face Usyk, stating, "It's about time someone put a stop to it. When that time comes, I'll be ready for him."
Yeah, there's been talked about, but like I said, I got to get through Parker. Get through Parker first, but you know, I want to get the undisputed, have all the belts.
Referring to their previous bout, Daniel Dubois states that Oleksandr Usyk got lucky. He believes that he never hit Usyk with a low blow. Regardless of anything, Usyk would not be getting lucky the second time around.
You know, you got lucky last time. You definitely got lucky. That wasn't a low blow. You never saw him grabbing these balls or nothing on the floor. Yeah, I'm just saying he got lucky last time. Next time he won't be lucky.
Will it be a body
I'll
shot
be ready
again?
for him.
Dubois believes Usyk edged his fight with Fury in the last few rounds. Even though the fight was again a good one, it was also a close one.
I thought it was a close fight. I thought he edged it though. Just on the last couple of rounds, I think he edged it. It was a good fight. Two of the top guys, and I think he edged it.
Dubois states that it does not matter who his opponent is. He wants to go through all the fighters in his division like a train, keep pushing forward, and knock them out.
Win on against whoever, not just Usyk. It might not even be him or whatever, but I want to win through, go through these guys like a train, like I said, and keep pushing forward and yeah, just knocking these guys out like Skittles. Boom, over. Next one.
When Box Nation asked Dubois what he thought of Lennox Lewis praising and rating Dubois' jabs, he jokingly responded that if that is what everyone is saying, he must start using it more often. He added, "Sometimes it's not about the complicated stuff, just a simple jab. It can take you around the world and through the division."
Yeah, no, I've got to start using it more.
Daniel Dubois discloses that the power he brings to his jabs is because of the push-ups he does in his training routine.
I think that was before the Hrgovic fight as well, so yeah, I was extra anxious for that, yeah. He's lucky. Funny.
Oleksandr Usyk's promoter and manager, Alex Krashuk, remarked in an interview with Fight Hub TV that it is premature for Daniel Dubois to be considering a fight with Usyk. He emphasized that Dubois has a significant challenge ahead of him in Joseph Parker, who Krashuk described as a very difficult and formidable opponent.
But it's a little bit too early because Daniel Dubois is facing Joseph Parker, who is a beast from New Zealand.
Furthermore, Alex Krashuk revealed that his pick for the Dubois versus Parker fight is Joseph Parker, stating that he sees Parker as the likely victor. Krashuk, giving the reason for his choice, stated, "Just because I consider Joseph Parker's skills, boxing skills higher than Daniel's."
And my bet is with Joseph. Not because I disrespect somehow or dislike Daniel Dubois.
Former world champion and Daniel Dubois' partner, Lawrence Okolie, discussed the upcoming Dubois versus Parker fight in a conversation with Seconds Out, acknowledging it as a significant challenge. He highlighted that Dubois has consistently faced tough opponents, with each matchup becoming progressively harder. Okolie noted that Joseph Parker's speed and experience could pose stylistic challenges for Dubois, making these attributes potentially decisive factors in the fight.
They're really putting Dan in there, fight after fight after fight, hard fights, I think Joseph Parker stylistically could cause him a lot of problems with his speed and experience, and he's been in there with the likes of Wilder and Zhang, who are two massive punchers.
Moreover, he added that while he favors Dubois to win, Parker's speed and experience would enable him to counter Dubois' strengths effectively, potentially allowing Parker to secure a decision victory. Lawrence stated, "I think Dan is just a bit too much on a roll right now."
I do favor Dan, but I can just see how Parker could just nullify and just work his way to a points decision.
Lawrence Okolie also commented on the possibility of Vladimir Klitschko returning to fight Daniel Dubois. He expressed skepticism, stating that Klitschko is too mature for a comeback, and emphasized that heavyweight boxing is a young man's sport. Okolie highlighted the physical demands of the division, particularly the ability to withstand powerful punches, which tend to diminish with age. He noted that Klitschko has already made significant fortunes during his career and should prioritize preserving his legacy. At 48 years old, Okolie added, "It's highly likely that essential attributes like punch resistance may have declined, making a return to the ring extremely challenging."
No, I don't think he'll come back. I think he made fortunes in his time, and he must care about his legacy, and I don't think he'll be able to come out at any level, because although he will still be a good boxer and punching power and stuff like that, I just think you must, I don't know because I'm not 48, but you must lose a bit of the snap and the punch resistance and all those things that a heavyweight needs, which is why it's a young man's sport.
In a conversation on the TalkSport Boxing YouTube channel, Dubois expressed his excitement about his upcoming fight, stating his relief at finally having an opponent. Dubois also conveyed his enthusiasm for the Riyadh season 2025, eagerly anticipating the opportunity to showcase his skills in what is shaping up to be an electrifying showdown. With the global stage set, Dubois is clearly determined to make a statement and further solidify his position in the heavyweight division. Dubois added, "It's been talked about for a while, so I am finally glad to get on and get in the ring and show people I am the real deal."
Really excited and ready to go. I'm glad I've got an opponent now, and I'm just out ready to seek and destroy and go to work again.
When hosts at TalkSport Boxing asked Daniel Dubois about his thoughts on Joseph Parker and what he believes he needs to do to secure a win, Dubois confidently responded that he needs to be better in every department. He stated that he has to be better in every aspect, including speed, youth, energy, and power, adding that he must bring his best performance. He also acknowledged Parker's experience, referring to him as an experienced veteran of the game, but emphasized his readiness to rise to the challenge.
What do you think of Parker? What do you think you've got to do on the night to get a win?
I think I've got to just go right through and be better at everything, better in every department, in every department, speed, youth, energy, power, everything. I've got to bring it. He's an experienced veteran of the game, so I've got to just essentially just break him down and finish him off.
British sports promoter Eddie Hearn voices his opinion favoring Joseph Parker. He says that he is Joseph Parker's unofficial promoter. He calls Joseph his mate and claims to have high regard for Parker as well. He firmly believes that Parker will win. Eddie added, "I think Joseph Parker got the style to beat Daniel Dubois."
Kind of like Joseph's unofficial promoter. He's a mate of mine. I love him, and I think he's going to win.
Eddie pointed out that sometimes after securing a big win, fighters can get a bit carried away, referencing Daniel Dubois calling out Oleksandr Usyk. He contrasted this with Joseph Parker, who he described as steadily chipping away and putting in the work. Eddie acknowledged the fight would be tough, but expressed confidence that Parker would come out on top.
Sometimes when you get that big win, you get a little bit carried away, see him in the ring against, calling out Usyk, and, if I'm Joseph Parker, I'm just chipping away, working away. And it's a tough fight, but I think he'll win.
In addition, he emphasized the importance of not counting your chickens before they hatch, suggesting that it might not be as certain as some believe that Daniel Dubois will defeat Joseph Parker. Hearn expressed respect for Parker, stating that he is currently on a tremendous run of form. According to Hearn, Parker is in the shape of his life and is extremely confident heading into the fight. The confidence and current physical condition of Parker make him a formidable opponent, and Hearn believes this will be a challenging fight for Dubois.
One thing I will tell
tell you is, don't count your chickens. I don't think Daniel Dubois will necessarily beat Joseph Parker. I think Joseph Parker's on a tremendous run of form. He's in the shape of his life. He's extremely confident, but Dubois has a lot of confidence himself right now.
Hearn further emphasized that Joseph Parker is taking everything very seriously, noting how every fighter has a moment when they commit to working harder and becoming smarter. He highlighted that with Parker, each time you see him, he is visibly stronger, showcasing his continuous growth and dedication.
You know, I think all fighters just find that moment where they say, I'm going to work harder, I'm going to be smarter. And Joseph, every time you see him, he looks strong.
Daniel Dubois shared that a potential matchup with Vladimir Klitschko had been discussed but seems to have lost momentum. He mentioned to Box Nation that he wasn't sure what happened, as talks about the fight had gone quiet. Dubois speculated that Klitschko might not fancy the idea of facing him anymore, especially with Dubois on his case. Reflecting on the current state of boxing, Dubois noted that the sport is in a place where, if someone in a position of power imagines a fight, they often have the ability to make it happen.
They was talking about it, but it's gone quiet now for a bit, so I reckon he don't fancy it anymore. You know, having me on his case, but that'll be interesting, wouldn't it? Boxing as at a time where, like, anything that anyone in a position of power imagines, they can make it happen.
Box Nation revealed that before the Parker versus Dubois bout was finalized, Frank Warren received a brief 5-minute call from Germany regarding this potential matchup. While the discussions were minimal, they showcased the intrigue surrounding such a high-profile fight.
But Frank Warren did tell me they had a 5-minute phone call with someone from Germany before your fight with Parker was finalized. So there was very minor discussions, but that was something that actually was being looked at for Feb 22nd. So we'll see if Klitschko still wants to come back.
English boxing manager and promoter Frank Warren states that news circulation of this bout resulted from a 5-minute call, which was just simple a suggestion. He stated that this bout didn't happen as they were working on another matchup at the time.
It was a very 5-minute conversation about that.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Okay, so
not from, I mean, it's a suggestion made, but it didn't happen.
Yeah. Would you be comfortable putting Vladimir Klitschko at his age in with Daniel Dubois at the moment?
It didn't happen. It was mentioned, and we've been working on something else during that time.
Joseph Parker recently spoke with former pro boxer Carl Froch on his YouTube channel, Froch on Fighting. Joseph Parker described himself as a completely different person compared to who he was when he faced Anthony Joshua. He explained that he has undergone significant growth, not just as a fighter, but also as a man and a father. Parker highlighted his increased maturity and how it has reshaped his perspective on his career and his approach to life inside and outside the ring. Expressing his enthusiasm and commitment to boxing, Parker stated, "I love what I do now more than ever."
So it's like a stage 2 of your career, isn't it? Because you've had a great career. I can remember when you fought AJ, when AJ was building.
I feel like the me back then is a lot different to the me now.
Yeah.
I'm a lot more mature.
No, definitely.
As a man, as a father, as a fighter, and I love what I do now more than before.
Adam Smith also noted that he had to remind himself this fight was not Daniel Dubois' first defense of the IBF heavyweight title, but his second. He pointed out that while many associate the title with Anthony Joshua, Dubois has already been crowned champion before and successfully defended the belt once before this matchup.
I had to remind myself it's not actually the first defense of Daniel's IBF title, it's the second defense. We all think of AJ as where he won it, but of course he was crowned before. So he's had one defense already, and he could easily have been allowed a sort of softer, second one.
Adam Smith praised Joseph Parker, highlighting that the former champion is in the form of his life. He also added that Parker's partnership with trainer Andy Lee has been a perfect fit, emphasizing how the collaboration has brought out the best in Parker's performances. Adam added, Parker, has put a bit of muscle on. He's got George Lockhart with him. He's got Andy Lee. He's got a great team. Obviously, one of the nicest people in boxing.
Joseph Parker's in the form of his life. Andy Lee has been amazing for him. I spoke to Joe on my podcast a couple of days ago, and he is just absolutely bang up for this.
Adam Smith praised Daniel Dubois, noting that the young fighter has both momentum and confidence on his side. He remarked on the fantastic energy around Dubois, sharing that after returning from holidays in Brazil, Dubois came back super sharp. Smith added that he witnessed Dubois in one of his first training sessions back, hitting the pads, and he looked absolutely incredible. He further added, "I think it's a fantastic fight we could have that just on its own."
Daniel Dubois has got the momentum and the confidence now. It's fantastic being around him. He came back from a holiday in Brazil, super sharp. I saw him on the on the pads, maybe in his first or second training session back, and he looked incredible. So I'm really excited about that fight.
American sports writer Dan Raphael recently commented that when Oleksandr Usyk first faced Daniel Dubois, it was a one-sided beatdown. He added, "The only thing that Daniel Dubois can even remotely hang his hat on is the fact that he scored a knockdown on a low blow, that they called a low blow, or that he thought was an actual legal punch that was actually a low blow."
Look, when he fought Dubois the first time, it was a one-sided ass-kicking. I mean, it wasn't really a fight.
Dan Raphael also gave credit to Daniel Dubois for his resilience and growth since the loss to Oleksandr Usyk. Raphael pointed out that Dubois has shown significant development, bouncing back strongly after the defeat. He highlighted Dubois' impressive victory over Gerald Miller, noting how the win demonstrated Dubois' ability to learn from his setbacks and come back stronger, making strides in his career.
But I will give Daniel Dubois a lot of credit because since that loss, he has dusted himself off and he's come back very, very strong. Got a really good win against Gerald Miller. He got another really good win and a knockout in a fight where he was a big underdog against Filip Hrgović.
In conclusion, Daniel Dubois is on a determined path to establish himself as the undisputed heavyweight champion, with significant challenges ahead, including his upcoming fight with Joseph Parker. Both Dubois and Parker are in the midst of a crucial phase in their careers, with opinions divided on who will come out on top. As they prepare for this showdown, the heavyweight division is brimming with excitement, and all eyes are on this anticipated clash. Whether it's the potential Usyk rematch or the intriguing prospect of facing other top fighters, the next steps for these boxers will surely shape the future of heavyweight boxing. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button, share it with a friend or fellow boxing fan, and subscribe to Boxism for more exclusive updates. Be sure to hit the bell icon so you never miss an update from the world of boxing.